Welcome back to the channel, guys. I just picked up the Canik Mete mc9 Prime, so let's check it out. This gun has been on my radar for a while. I saw this back at SHOT Show and I've been keeping tabs on it ever since, but they just released this a few weeks ago, and to be honest, this might be the best carry size gun out there. So we're gonna run through some of the features that this gun comes with. We'll go through everything that's in the box. So first off, this gun comes with full grip stippling. It has better texture on the front and on the rear. It comes with a new vertical serration mag release. It comes with a flat face trigger with a 90-degree break. Let me show you what this trigger looks like. There's the take up, hit a nice wall, nice crisp break. There's the reset. Once we jump over to the bench, we'll do a trigger pull test on this. I'll show you exactly what this is pulling at, but this is one of the nicest triggers out of the box that you can get in a handgun. Canik is known for that. They have excellent triggers. This isn't like a 365 where you're feeling mush. It's not like a Glock where it's really heavy and a little bit gritty. This is an excellent trigger right out of the box. This gun also has a double undercut under the trigger guard, has a little bit of stippling right here on the front of that trigger guard, has a bunch of slide serrations all over that slide. That makes it really nice for any way that you rack your slide. If you're a back racker, front racker, whatever you are, this thing's got you covered. Those are nice slide serrations on there. And at the back of the slide, it is a little bit flared. I don't know if you can see this. For all those people in the comments, this gun is empty, but it is a little bit flared on the back side of that slide if you're one of those guys that likes to grip it on the back. This gun comes optics ready, so you can put whatever optic you want on it. Comes with a full 1913 rail on the front, so you can put a light on it. This gun is ported. You can see the ports right there, and then the cuts in the slide right there to match that. It also comes factory with night vision night sights, which are my go-to. I put them on almost everything that I have. That is an awesome feature that they're kind of using the aftermarket for this brand new gun. It also comes with interchangeable back straps. I'll show you those once we jump over to the bench. Comes with a mag well from the factory already installed. The Prime comes with two 17-round magazines in the box. They also have some texturing on the side of those base plates, so you can grab those and rip them out, but these are metal mags. It also has some small stippled sections right up here for hand placement. It lets you get a little more grip when you're shooting the gun. And then it also has this low profile beaver tail on the back, so supposedly they changed that. And this is the first Canik that is 100% made in the USA, which is awesome. They moved manufacturing to Florida. This is the first gun out of that factory made in the USA, so they don't have to be imported. They're not going to be subject to these tariffs that everybody's freaking out about. So my first impressions with this gun, it is feature packed, comes with tons of things in the box, which we'll check out here in a minute. Everything that pretty much everybody asks for: good sights, mag well, nice trigger, the option to accessorize it how you want with a red dot flashlight, ported barrel, has the capacity that's really good for everyday carry, and it comes in a small enough package that you can everyday carry it comfortably. I don't think I've been this excited for a new handgun for a little while now. This thing has an awesome feature set, and I'm really excited to get this to the range, try it out, and show you guys what this thing is all about. One thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the little notes that are on the side of this thing. It's got instructions on the side. I don't know if you can see that, to read the owner's manual before use. There's another one down here on the back of the back strap that says that it'll fire without the magazine installed. Yeah, that stuff's good, but in my opinion, that stuff should be printed in the manual, not printed on the gun. So let's jump over the bench real quick. We'll take an up close look at this. I'll break it down for you, show you everything that it comes with in the box, and then we'll talk about some accessories that I want to get for this to get it set up how I like my carry guns. So here's how this comes. It does come in this hard case. This isn't just for those big YouTubers that you've seen that get the first kind of sneak peek at these. This is how it comes in the box. It comes with some literature and things like that. I already took this out. Here's the top of the box. You get a couple extra back straps. It's got this nice plaque, and then it comes with a little miniature rendition of the gun. This has all the optic screws in it and some tools, so you get all that stuff for mounting optics and the Torx bits to mount those. So that's what's up here. Now the meat and potatoes of it comes with a trigger lock, comes with a chamber flag, comes with an extra magazine and a little loading tool. Then the gun itself comes in this holster. This is a G-code holster, which I don't have any G-code holsters. This will be my first experience with these, but after seeing this, how loose this is and how this fits just trying it on, this is probably not going to be an option for me. I don't like that. I don't like how it wiggles around like that in there, and
that's what she said.
doesn't really hold it secure. Also, I'm planning on running a weapon light, so that holster won't work for me anyway. But there's the gun up close, that nice flat face trigger, those slide serrations, the night vision sights, that ported barrel. Carries 17 rounds in those two magazines. You can see that stippling that goes up all the way to the top almost, comes up a little higher on the front and on the back, and has that nice stippling right up there on the front of the trigger guard, those double undercuts, and then that mag well. You can run it like that or you can take it off, but that's a nice feature to have a nice slimline mag well for carrying a gun like this. Slide release on both sides so you can access it either way. It still breaks down just like any other Canik. There's the inside of it. I am glad to see that it's not way over oiled. A lot of guns you get, they come sopping wet. This one has just enough. Moving down, you pull out this little foam tray. It's also got a paddle attachment that you can attach on that holster and run it outside the waistband if you want. So that's nice to have. Comes with some cleaning supplies, a brush, a punch, which I've never seen that come with any gun, and then a little push rod for pushing patches, getting that thing cleaned up. So that's what comes in the box. That is one thing that Canik is famous for, is pretty much including everything you're going to need. Cleaning supplies, tools, holster, all this stuff that comes right in the box with it, and it's still not any more expensive than any other gun in this category. This gun only weighs 23.38 ounces, again holds 17 rounds, chambered at 9mm. It's got a 3.64 inch barrel in it. As of right now, it just comes in black, and it is very slim. It's only 1.16 inches wide, and this is going to be an awesome option for carrying. And here's what this looks like next to my Hellcat Pro. Holding them side by side. It is a little bit longer, just barely a little bit longer on the grip, but it is pretty much the same size as that. This is a Glock 19 size gun. Again, it's a little bit narrower, about the same grip length, and then slide length is pretty much identical on those. So that's kind of the size comparison. Difference is this thing carries 17 rounds. I forgot to mention I will have a build list. That'll be the first link in the description. You can also follow the QR code. That'll take you to my website where I'll have more information about the stuff we talk about in the videos, whether it's tools, parts, whatever. You guys can go over there, check that stuff out. There'll also be a link for the Ballistically Challenged merchandise if you guys want to go pick up a hat or t-shirt, help support the channel. That would be awesome. Well, let's do a trigger pull on this really quick before we jump back up off the bench. So this will be a factory trigger pull test. I haven't done anything to this. I haven't even shot this yet. So we're gonna see what this is pulling at right out of the box. I'll be using my Lyman digital trigger pull gauge. I'll try and pull it in the same spot every time, so those comment warriors down in the comments don't assassinate me for saying I didn't pull it in the same spot every time. That one pulled at 3 pounds, 4.9 ounces. £3 pounds, 7.1 ounces. £3 pounds, 6.9 ounces. So that's averaging a 3 pound, 6.3 ounce trigger right out of the box. That's right where I like my triggers, so I don't know that I'll even do anything to this. The only downside to that trigger is how long the take up is, but that's not a big deal. So that's the nitty gritty of the Canik Mete mc9 Prime. Let's jump back up off the bench and I'll go over a few things that I want to do to this gun right away. All right, so first impression of this gun, I'm really impressed with it. Again, the only downside is that they're printing random things like read the owner's manual and it'll fire without a magazine, stuff like that. It's not a big deal, but it's just kind of like, you don't need to put that on the gun, put that in the manual. The other downside, that G-code holster. Again, I've never had a G-code holster, but just going off of that, this thing is very wobbly in there. Doesn't really fit snug. So first impressions of that, I'm not really a big fan of those. Things that I want to do to this gun. I am going to get a red dot sight for this. I'll probably be getting an enclosed sight. I think those are best for everyday carry. You don't get lint and stuff like that down in that emitter, and keeps it nice and sealed up so that dot is always crystal clear. Also, with all my carry guns, I do put a weapon light on. So I'll be looking at getting a weapon light for this, because you never know when you're going to need this. You want to have a white light so you're prepared if something bad happens. when it's dark out. You can identify your target and make sure you're targeting what you intend to target. And then last but not least, I do want to get a legit holster for this. I'm not going to run that G-code holster, and it will not work with a weapon light. I think this is going to be an excellent carry gun. It is an awesome option on the market, excellent trigger, and I'm really excited to get this to the range, put it through its paces, and show you guys how this thing performs. Make sure and follow that link in the description over to the build page. You could also follow the QR code. Go pick you up some Ballistically Challenged merchandise, shirt or hat, help support the channel. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll check you guys on the next one.